Good morning, Wednesday morning, and this video is going to focus on Tropical Storm Arthur, which looks like it's going to become a Category 1 hurricane, possibly Category 2, when it peak intensifies. Right now you can see from the cloud cover infrared satellite, we have a well-defined cyclone just off the coast of Florida that is continuing to intensify. Not much of an eye yet, but eventually it should form one. The National Hurricane Center already has a tropical storm. Last measured at 5 o'clock this morning. Sustained winds at 60 miles an hour, pressure 996 millibars, and falling. Let's take a look at the weather models here on what's going to happen. This is the European weather model. You can see there's Arthur down there, 985 millibars. This is this morning. This storm is going to ride right up along the coast, and I believe it's going to hit the Outer Banks, just skirt by the Outer Banks, and then go right out to sea. Now, for our area, in the short term, we have to worry about this front coming through on Thursday. So as we get into Thursday, late morning, afternoon, some heavy rain will break out associated with a front that's approaching. This front will also feed Arthur. There's going to be a nice outflow boundary on Arthur, which is going to lower pressures. I'll show you what that means in a minute. But we're going to have some heavy rain heading Thursday. By the time we get to early in the morning, 4th of July, you see Arthur is a full-blown, should be a full-blown hurricane at this point. We're left over with some showers. By the time we get to, say, 8 o'clock in the morning, the Outer Banks is now getting hit by Arthur. We're left with some cloud cover. When we go to 2 o'clock in the afternoon, again, the Outer Banks is getting hit by Arthur. We're left with some cloud cover, and then Arthur should pull out by Friday night and peak intensify just off the coast and go out to sea. Taking a look at the dynamics of this storm, this is way up in the atmosphere. The jet stream is. You can see that dip in the jet stream. You can see basically there's upper air divergence as you go higher up in the atmosphere, which is the opposite of what's going on at the surface. And you can see this outflow boundary, these arrows pointing this way. This actually pulls the air out of the storm and lowers the pressures in the middle. And that's due to this jet stream just to the northwest of the storm. So that argues for intensification of this storm. And if we take a closer look, this is the 10-meter wind speed in knots. You can see hurricane force winds just skirting by the Outer Banks coast here. In the core here, in the eye wall here, we have winds up to say 85, 95 miles an hour. But the Outer Banks looks like we'll have sustained winds up, say close to 70 miles an hour. You want to look at what the wind gusts will be, which is, I think, even more important. Wind gusts inside of Arthur easily over 100 miles an hour, and possibly that high wind band could reach the Outer Banks, which would not be a pleasant experience. And you can see even a closer view here of that wind swath. This is the hurricane model. This shows maximum wind speeds just above the surface, and you can see this model is forecasting just over the Outer Banks wind speeds anywhere from 84 to up to 100 knots, which miles per hour is greater than knots. That's over 100 mile per hour wind gusts. These are all the different models, what they're forecasting for the track. I think this looks good. I think the European's going to be spot on with this all week. This model has been the strongest performer as usual, and it's kept that track pretty consistent. So bottom line, we have an impressive tropical storm that's developing. The water is very warm out here. We have favorable upper air dynamics, and keep checking in because I'm going to keep following this as the days go on and as this thing really starts to intensify, and we'll see if it does become a hurricane, which I think it actually will now, and really how much of a direct hit the Outer Banks get. But our area, just showers to deal with on Thursday, thunderstorms, and then some cloudy conditions to start the 4th of July, but I think we might luck out by the middle to end of Friday.